Hello and welcome to Class 10th English First Flight poem Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. In this poem, we are not talking about fire or ice. It is just an symbolic poem in which fire and ice is used. Here, poet has used metaphors of fire and ice for the portrayal of or to show human emotion. As you all know about Robert Lee Frost, he is very famous American poet who used to write on reality of life because he is a realistic poet and his writings depict original happenings or expressions which happen in our surrounding. Now, which are those human emotions which poet has used in this poem with the help of fire and ice? So, Robert Frost has used fire for desire and passion. Ice is used for hatred and despise. Here, desire and passion he is talking about by a symbolic word fire because these things, desire and passion, are the never ending thoughts or expressions. Ice is a hatred about which if human doesn't want to grow, then also it grows. It is just natural, or if you have jealousy to someone, it created in yourself. Before starting the poem, I would like to tell you that Robert Frost is talking about two types of people. Like basically scientists or some people are having an opinion that the world will finish due to fire, or some other beliefs that world will finish due to ice. So these are the possibilities which scientists think about for finishing of this world. Hence, anything can happen. May world can finish with fire or with ice because there are ever-ending desires or wants and ever-ending hatred in our universe. So, let's start the poem. Fire and Ice. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tested of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. So, some people say the world will finish with fire and ice. So, here you have to remember their metaphorical meaning. Fire is what? Desire or want. And ice means hatred. So, Robert Frost is saying that the world will finish with lots of desire, wants and hatred. So, in these two lines, he is just expressing his thoughts that some people say the world will finish with fire and some are saying that it will finish with ice. But he, on the same hand, he is standing with those people who say that world will finish with fire because he has tested desires which are ever ending, never ending. In next line, like from what I have tested of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. In these lines, he says as much he knows about this world, it will finish due to fire. Let's take an example of World War. If we talk about Hitler, in that World War, Hitler was having a want or need, you can say, or the desire, you can say, to having lots of power, due to which his desires of getting power spoiled many lives. He kills many people. Or another example also you can take, which is just a recent example. You can take or you can talk about Corona. I believe that it's very bad for our lives. Means corona virus is very bad for our lives. But on the same hand, it is very good, or you can say it is a blessing for our earth, because due to never ending desires we have spoiled our nature a lot. And now with the help of corona it is being healed, because I understand it is taking many lives, but on the same hand, due to corona, our government has done lockdown, because of which there is less pollution, and our earth is now healing. Means now rivers are fresh, air is fresh, animals are free to move here and there. You must have seen many videos on YouTube. So nowadays earth is healing. I have given these examples just to make you understand that extreme desire or want is very harmful for all of us, whether it is for love or for power. So it can happen that world may finish due to fire. So now come to the second para. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate. So here perish means death, and which is in these lines the poet is saying he know if we have to die twice. Perish means died, or if we have to if we have to we had to die twice. I think I know enough of hate. So poet is saying that he knows what is hate about. Means he is knowing hatred very much. So in the next line to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. Here suffice means enough. Perish means death and suffice means enough. So in the first para, as Robert Frost say, world will finish due to fire, and in second he is saying that it will over due to ice. He is saying that if world has to finish twice means two times, so he think that world is having so much hatred to finish this world. We can take one more example. On 6th August 1945, during World War II, an American B-29 bomber dropped the world's first deployed atomic bomb over the Japanese city of Hiroshima. The explosion killed 80,000 people immediately and more than 10,000 due to the radiation exposure. Which this heinous act was done by America, which was just due to hatred. So we can think about that due to ice also the world can be finished. So Robert Frost believed that if we have to die twice or world will finish twice, then that much hatred it carries, that world get over. I hope you have understood the poem, that what the metaphorical meaning with the help of two words ice and fire is explained by Robert Frost in this poem, that how the world can finish and what are the loopholes what we can rectify. So now let's talk about or go through the literary devices used in this poem. In this poem there are 6 literary devices which are used. First is enjambment. As I have explained you before in the previous poem Dust of Snow, the same is also used in this poem also. Enjambment is that literary device which is used in this poem, that you can see there are there are very less full stops. Means the poem is starting with some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. Means there is no comma, not any exclamation mark, not any punctuation mark. It is the line starts and finishes with the full stop only. In the next two lines also you can see, from what I have tested of desire I hold with those who favor fire. Same enjambment is used, and in the last three lines also you can see, I think I know enough of hatred to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. Here not any comma is used there, or any punctuation mark, only one is there, that is full stop. So if any statement of 3-4 lines which end with the full stop only, and not any punctuation marks are there in between, it is called enjambment. So first literary device is enjambment. Next is personification. So first of all, what is personification? Personification is a comparison between living thing and non-living things. Here there is a comparison of the characters of living things and non-living things. Living thing, here the emotions or the abstract things that are desire to have anything, or wants, desire and wants, and hatred. These characters which are the human characters which is given to ice and fire, which are non-living things. So when we give living characters to non-living thing, then it called personification. As I have explained to you before, the whole poem surrounded to these two words only, fire and ice. So personification is used in this poem as it carries human characters, that is what, desire, want and hatred. Desire and want is used for fire and hatred is used for ice. So second was personification. Now third is alliteration. So students, as you all know, alliteration is used to create rhyme schemes. So when two letters or two words with the same sound is used together for creating rhyme scheme, is called alliteration. As you can see in the starting line, some say the world will end in fires, and some say in ice. Some say, in the next line, some say, the same SS sound is there, 4 times it is used near about. So it is what? It is alliteration. Now the fourth figure of speech which is used is consonants. Consonants is what? When you use, like alliteration is used in starting of the letters or the sentence, and consonance is used in the in between of the statement, but it is started with the same word. So here you can take an example. You can see in the first para, last line, only at one place consonance is used. I hold with those who favor fire. Means with and those. TH are together, which is used in between the statement, which is consonants. Okay. So consonants is used in between the statements to create rhyme. And another figure of speech is assonance. Assonance is also used to create rhyme schemes, and it is known by the vowel sound. As you can see in the first line only, some say the world will end in fire. Will end in fire. I in fire I is there, means I sound is repeated thrice. In will, in and fire. Will, in and fire. These three words is carrying I, and it is what? It is assonance. Means when the vowel sound is repeated many times, then it carries the figure of speech assonance. In the next another lines, you can go to the fourth line. I hold with those who favor fire. O sound is repeated many times and I is also repeated many times. I hold with, I and with is carrying I, and fire is also carrying I sound, I vowel sound. And O sound is also there. O vowel sound is also there in hold those who favor. These four words are carrying O sound. So like this only in another lines also assonance is there. I think I know enough of hate. I is there three times, and O vowel sound is also there in know enough of. Okay students, like this only in other lines also it is carrying assonance. Enjavment I have explained, personification I have explained, consonance I have explained, assonance I have explained, alliteration I have explained. Now one more figure of speech is there, that is anaphora. Anaphora is that figure of speech in which any repeated expression used twice or more than twice in consecutive lines. Like in the first two lines only you can see the anaphora, that is, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. So the same words are used twice, some say, some say. So that is anaphora, in which same expression is used for the different things. Means same expression is used for fire and same expression is used for ice. So with the same words. So this is what? This is anaphora. I hope students you have understood the literary devices of this poem. Now this is the summary given. I hope you have understood through my explanation. If any doubt is there, you can go through the summary, and again if you are having any doubt you can ask through the message. We are having some question answers which I have explained here. First question is, there are many ideas about how the world will end. Do you think the world will end someday? Have you ever thought what would happen if the sun got so hot that it burst or grew colder and colder? As students, these depends on your thinking, means answers can vary. What you can think also, as global warming is increasing day by day, so may due to the excess temperature of the world and due to global warming the world can finish, or by the ice also, because glaciers are melting day by day, so through flood also our world can finish. Okay, so answers can vary, it depends on your thinking, but what I have written, the answer is, unfortunately the world is going to end one day and there is nothing we can do about it. There are many ideas as to how it will end, but one can't say surely. The reason that life exists only on earth is that the circumstances and temperature is apt to make it possible. If the sun gets so hot one day that it is at the verge of bursting, it would lead to rapid destruction as there would be fire everywhere. Conversely, if it grows colder and colder, there will be ice everywhere on earth and life in any form would not be able to sustain at such low temperatures. Next question. For Frost, what do fire and ice stand for? Here are some ideas. Greed, cruelty, lust, conflict, fury, intolerance, rigidity, insensitivity, coldness, indifference, hatred. Answer. According to Frost, fire stands for greed, conflict, fury, cruelty, lust and avarice, whereas I stands for insensitivity, coldness, intolerance, indifference, rigidity, and hatred. What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? What does it help in bringing out the contrasting ideas in the poem? Students, I would like to tell you about the rhyme scheme in the poem which is used. The rhyme scheme of the poem is ABA, ABC, BCB. The poet has used the rhyming beautifully to bring about contrasting ideas in the poem. He has used the ideas of two groups who believe that the world would come to a catastrophic end either as a result of fire or ice. Simultaneously, he portrays these two essential components of features of destructive human emotions, desire and hatred. Just like fairy desires and icy hatred can cause damage to an individual in an irreparable manner, fire and ice can lead the world at the verge of choice and thus apocalypse. One assignment I have given to you all students, these two questions you have to do by your own. I hope if you have understood the chapter, you must poem, you must be able to do these two questions what I have given to you all. In the previous poem, I have explained how to recognize the rhyme scheme, students. So, with the last words of the poem, you can get an idea that fire, R-E, E sound is there, desire, E sound is there, again fire, E sound is there. In the first line, E sound is there, third line E sound is there, fourth line E sound is there. So A will be written over there. And you can see in the second line of the poem, ice twice, again in the last third line ice is used, means here you will write BB. And in the second line, hate, last second line, great is used. So hate and great. So what will be the rhyme scheme? Fire, desire, fire are the A ones. Ice twice and again ice is B. Hate, great is what? C. So the rhyme scheme will be A, B, A, B, C, B, C, B. Okay. So I have explained all the poetic devices. It may can ask in your exams also, which is very important as it is in very short poem. Okay, so go through the things very nicely. Thank you and have a nice day. I hope you have understood my lecture.